The quietest killer in the modern world does not arrive with a scream or a sudden trauma, but through the gradual and silent erosion of our physical movement. Every single hour you spend sitting in a chair or lying on a couch is a direct signal to your biological systems that they are no longer needed. For those of us entering the golden years of our lives, this sedentary trap is not just a lifestyle choice, but a catastrophic health risk that accelerates aging at a cellular level. When you stop moving, your blood pools in your lower extremities, your heart muscle begins to lose its efficient elasticity, and your metabolic rate drops to a point where your body struggles to process the very nutrients you consume. This is the painful truth that most people ignore until a doctor hands them a prescription or a diagnosis that changes their life forever. We have been conditioned to believe that aging means slowing down and accepting a steady decline into frailty. But this is a dangerous lie. The human body was designed for constant, rhythmic motion. And when that motion ceases, the biological machinery begins to rust and fail. Your muscles atrophy, your bones lose their mineral density, and your brain starts to fog as the vital flow of oxygenated blood slows to a trickle. This is a critical warning for every senior who feels that a daily walk is optional. It is not a luxury or a hobby. It is the fundamental requirement for maintaining your dignity and your independence. If you do not give your body 30 minutes of purposeful movement every day, you are effectively choosing a path of rapid decay. The risks of heart disease, cognitive decline, and chronic inflammation are skyrocketing among the elderly who have surrendered to the comfort of the armchair. We must confront this reality head-on, because the power to reverse this decline is literally right beneath your feet. A simple 30-minute walk is the most potent medicine ever discovered, and it requires no pharmacy and no expensive equipment. It is a biological reset button that can reignite your internal systems and shield you from the most common ailments associated with aging. When you take those first few steps of your 30-minute walk, you are initiating a vascular revolution within your chest. Your heart, a muscle that has beaten millions of times throughout your life, begins to contract with greater force and purpose. This is not just about pumping blood. It is about restoring the entire infrastructure of your circulatory system. As your heart rate rises to a steady, moderate pace, the volume of blood being pushed through your arteries increases, creating a healthy friction against the vessel walls. This friction triggers the release of nitric oxide, a miraculous molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and dilate. For anyone struggling with high blood pressure, this natural process is more effective than many temporary fixes because it addresses the root cause of arterial stiffness. By walking 30 minutes a day, you are essentially performing a deep cleaning of your internal plumbing. The increased flow helps to sweep away the early stages of plaque buildup and prevents the hardening of the arteries that leads to strokes and heart attacks. Clinical data suggests that this consistent cardiovascular demand can reduce the risk of major cardiac events by as much as 30%. Imagine a life where your heart does not have to struggle to push blood through narrow, rigid pipes. Instead, through the simple act of walking, you maintain a flexible and responsive vascular network that delivers life-giving oxygen to every organ in your body. This process also has a profound impact on your cholesterol levels. Regular brisk walking raises your high-density lipoprotein, or the good cholesterol, which acts like a biological vacuum cleaner to remove the dangerous low-density lipoprotein from your bloodstream. Furthermore, the rhythmic nature of walking helps to stabilize your heart rhythm, training the cardiac muscle to handle stress more effectively. Many seniors find that after just a few weeks of daily walking, they no longer feel winded when climbing stairs or carrying groceries. This newfound stamina is a direct result of your heart becoming more efficient. The impact of a 30-minute walk extends far beyond the muscles of your legs and heart. It reaches deep into the complex architecture of your brain. Every time you walk, you are effectively applying a layer of biological fertilizer to your neurons. Modern neuroscience has identified a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which is released in significantly higher quantities during sustained aerobic movement, like walking. This protein is essential for the survival of existing neurons and the growth of new ones, particularly in the hippocampus, the region of the brain responsible for verbal memory and learning. For the elderly, this is the ultimate defense against the fog of cognitive decline and the encroaching shadows of dementia. When you walk, you are not just moving your body, you are sharpening your mind. The increased blood flow to the cranium ensures that your brain cells are bathed in glucose and oxygen, which are the primary fuels for mental clarity. This surge in circulation helps to clear out metabolic waste products that can accumulate and lead to neurodegenerative conditions. Research has shown that seniors who walk regularly have a larger brain volume in key areas compared to those who are sedentary. This structural advantage translates directly into better focus, faster problem-solving skills, and a more reliable memory. You may notice that during or after a walk, your thoughts become more organized, and creative solutions to your problems seem to appear out of nowhere. This is because walking synchronizes the various regions of the brain, allowing for better communication between the left and right hemispheres. It is a natural cognitive enhancer that no supplement can replicate. Beyond the structural benefits, walking also regulates the neurotransmitters that control your mood and mental energy. It balances levels of serotonin and dopamine, which are often depleted in older adults, leading to feelings of lethargy or mental exhaustion. In the complex world of human metabolism, the 30-minute walk acts as a master regulator for your blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. For many seniors, the body's ability to manage glucose begins to falter, leading to the dangerous onset of type 2 diabetes and its myriad of complications. However, when you engage in the rhythmic movement of walking, your large muscle groups, especially the quadriceps and glutes, become hungry for energy. They begin to pull glucose directly from your bloodstream to fuel your motion, often doing so without the need for additional insulin. This is a critical biological shortcut that helps to stabilize blood sugar levels and prevents the damaging spikes that occur after meals. Walking 30 minutes every day effectively resets your metabolic clock, teaching your cells how to be more responsive to insulin once again. This metabolic mastery reduces the inflammatory burden on your pancreas and protects your kidneys, eyes, and nerves from the corrosive effects of high blood sugar. It is not just about weight management. It is about systemic hormonal balance. As you walk, your body also shifts its fuel source, becoming more efficient at burning stored fat for energy. This helps to reduce visceral fat, the dangerous padding around your internal organs that secretes inflammatory chemicals. By leaning out your midsection through consistent walking, you are lowering the overall inflammatory profile of your entire body. This shift in metabolism also has a direct impact on your energy levels throughout the day. Instead of experiencing the mid-afternoon crashes and lethargy common in sedentary individuals, the walking senior enjoys a steady stream of vitality. Your mitochondria, the power plants within your cells, actually multiply and become more efficient in response to the demand for energy. One of the most common reasons seniors stop moving is the fear of pain. Yet it is the lack of movement that often causes the very pain they fear. When you walk for 30 minutes a day, you are engaging in a movement paradox that actually strengthens your joints and bones while reducing overall discomfort. Your joints, such as the knees and hips, do not have a direct blood supply. They rely on the movement of synovial fluid to deliver nutrients and remove waste products. Walking acts like a pump for this fluid, lubricating the cartilage and preventing the stiffness and friction that lead to arthritis. Instead of wearing your joints down, gentle and consistent walking actually nourishes them, keeping the connective tissues supple and resilient. Simultaneously, the weight-bearing nature of walking sends a powerful signal to your skeletal system. Your bones are living tissues that respond to stress by becoming denser and stronger. Each step you take creates a microload that stimulates osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building new bone matter. This is your primary defense against osteoporosis and the devastating hip fractures that often rob the elderly of their independence. By walking, you are building a structural frame that is capable of supporting you for decades to come. Furthermore, walking improves your proprioception, which is your body's innate sense of where it is in space. This enhances your balance and coordination, drastically reducing the risk of falls, the leading cause of injury among the elderly. You are training your nervous system to communicate more effectively with your muscles, allowing for quick corrections if you trip or lose your footing. This physical confidence is a cornerstone of aging with dignity. When you know your body is strong and your balance is sure, you are more likely to engage with the world and pursue the activities you love. Deep within your body lies a secondary circulatory system that most people completely ignore: the lymphatic system. Unlike your heart, which has a pump to move blood, the lymphatic system relies entirely on your physical movement to function. This network is responsible for draining toxins, waste, and excess fluid from your tissues, and is a vital component of your immune response. When you walk for 30 minutes, the contraction of your leg muscles acts as a manual pump for these lymph vessels, circulating white blood cells and immune factors throughout your body. This is why a daily walk is often described as a biological cleanse. By keeping the lymph moving, you are preventing the stagnation that leads to chronic inflammation, which is the underlying cause of almost every age-related disease, from cancer to heart failure. A body that moves is a body that can effectively defend itself. Regular walkers often find that they recover more quickly from common illnesses and experience fewer seasonal infections. This enhanced immunity is coupled with a significant reduction in systemic inflammation markers, such as C-reactive protein. Inflammation is like a slow-burning fire that damages your organs and tissues over time. Walking is the water that keeps that fire under control. Furthermore, this internal cleansing process improves the health of your skin and the clarity of your eyes, as metabolic waste is efficiently removed from the periphery of your body. You are essentially refreshing your internal environment every single day. This boost to your natural defenses is especially critical as we age and our immune systems naturally begin to weaken. By providing your body with the mechanical movement it needs to circulate its internal cleaners, you are giving yourself a massive advantage in the fight against disease. The struggle of aging is not purely physical. It is deeply psychological. For many, the later years of life can be marked by a shrinking social circle and a growing sense of isolation or anxiety. Here, the 30-minute walk serves as a powerful psychological shield. When you step outside and move through your neighborhood or a local park, you are breaking the cycle of internal rumination that often leads to depression. The rhythmic nature of walking has a meditative quality that lowers cortisol, the primary stress hormone that can wreak such havoc on an aging body. Lower cortisol means better sleep, improved digestion, and a calmer mind. Walking also provides a sense of agency and self-control. In a stage of life where many things feel like they are being taken away, the decision to walk every day is a powerful assertion of your own will. It is a daily victory that builds mental resilience. Furthermore, the environment you walk in provides sensory stimulation that keeps the mind engaged and curious. The sight of the changing seasons, the sound of birds, and the brief interactions with neighbors provide a vital connection to the world at large. This prevents the psychological stagnation that can occur when one is confined to the four walls of a home. There is also a chemical component to this relief. The moderate physical exertion triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. These provide a subtle but persistent lift in mood that can last for hours after the walk has ended. For many seniors, the daily walk is the highlight of their day, a time for reflection, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. It is a simple but profound way to conquer the darkness of loneliness and maintain a positive outlook on life. As we look toward the future, the goal is not simply to add years to your life, but to add life to your years. The 30-minute walk is the blueprint for your forever body, the foundational habit that makes all other aspects of a healthy life possible. It is the ultimate strategy for sustainable health because it is accessible, low impact, and incredibly effective. When you make this commitment, you are choosing a path of lasting independence. You are deciding that you will not be a burden to your family, but a source of inspiration. You are ensuring that you will have the strength to play with your grandchildren, the stamina to travel, and the clarity to enjoy every conversation. This is how you reclaim your dignity from the clutches of aging. The science is clear. Walking reverses the biological markers of decay and restores the vitality that nature intended for you. But this transformation does not happen overnight. It requires the discipline to show up every day, regardless of the weather or your mood. It is about building a momentum that becomes unstoppable. Start where you are, even if it is just a 10-minute stroll, and build up to that golden 30-minute mark. Listen to your body, but do not let your excuses dictate your future. Consider the story of those who have reclaimed their health in their 70s and 80s simply by refusing to sit still. They are the proof that the human body is remarkably resilient and capable of repair at any age. Your daily walk is your contract with yourself, a promise that you will not give up on your health or your potential. As you step out tomorrow morning, remember that with every stride, you are lowering your blood pressure, feeding your brain, strengthening your bones, and clearing your mind.